food to clothing, and that kind of expanded to internationally, kind of through the marketing of him. And I was thinking about when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s in New York, people were getting killed for Air Jordan sneakers, and my cousin was killed over a gold chain, and I was really fascinated how petty commodities can become equal in some people's mind to someone else's life. And part of the book had this quote by Carl Hancock Rux, and it says, in 1960, if white girls in suburbs had posters of a Negro that dark on the wall, there would have been hell to pay. That kind of racial paranoia isn't true in the country now. Today you have girls who are Michael Jordan fanatics, and their parents don't care. And so I took that quote literally and created this graphic, and I call it Hang Time Circa 1923. And really started thinking about logos as our generation's hieroglyphs because they're embedded with different meanings. And so I decided to try to use them, Michael Jordan, as this kind of archetype to kind of create different references. This is the original slam dunk. It's also with my work, I often say I try to use a language of advertising to talk about things that advertising couldn't responsibly talk about. And meaning this piece, Absolute Power, was really influenced by those really popular Absolute campaigns. And advertising is really fascinating because it's so ubiquitous. It's everywhere. You can go to Cuba, believe it or not. You can go to Poland. You can go to South Africa and Peru and see the same logos and signs. And they obviously carry a currency, and I was really fascinated with that as a way to communicate. It's ideas that aren't necessarily, art. I don't know, because I think when we call things art, to a certain degree, a lot of people step back. And so I was really interested in trying to figure out how to engage people about these kind of issues. And I'm going to kind of just skip through a lot of these, but this is NBA trade, the first round draft pick. He says, I know I ain't the only one up for draft this year, but Lord, 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 please let me get picked in the first round. And please, please let me keep my chains. And often with my work, I'm trying to bring history forward, to use images and ephemera from history to talk about kind of current issues and how they relate to us. And I was thinking about how slaves were branded as a sign of ownership, and how today so many of us brand ourselves, and how we live in a state of branded consciousness with like our iPhones and Mini Coopers or Prada shoes or whatever it is, whatever products that we tend to identify ourselves by in some way when we go to the stores. We can't help but to be affected by marketing. And my friend Ryan and I were thinking about how credit cards are a form of indentured servitude, and so we started to make these credit cards, Afro-American Express, the Discover card, and we made a Chase MasterCard, which comes later. But when I'd have exhibits, I would always think about how if I wanted to make a career or make a living as an artist, I'd probably have to sell something also, and that it could really easily be interpreted as me kind of exploiting black culture as well. So I decided, I was no holier than thou, and I decided I could maybe break even on my shows by selling T-shirts, with these kind of images that I was working with. And I was really fascinated with the idea of a loaded T-shirt, a T-shirt where the wearer of it becomes the author and becomes an instrument for dialogue around sometimes difficult issues, especially when you think about how the gender or ethnicity of the subject of the person wearing it affects the way that people interpret it. And so I'd make these tote bags and hats, but I also try to make objects for the wall and vinyls. And so this is the series that we talked about that was mentioned called the Branded series. This is the Chase MasterCard. And speaking about logos as hieroglyphs, I created this one with like Jordan and Johnny Walker and Timberland circa 1923. Then I revisited that picture I showed you a little bit earlier from my cousin's funeral to use the language of the MasterCard Priceless campaign to talk about how, like, even in mourning, we were still being marketed to, the price of the past, how much you were willing to pay for the casket, kind of somehow, like, there's a $7,000 casket and the $5,000 casket and the $2,000 casket, and there's this unspoken thing that, you love them more if you buy the $7,000 box of wood that's going to be thrown in the dirt, never to be seen again, and maybe you couldn't afford to love them enough if you buy the $2,000 a box of wood that's going to be thrown in the dirt, never to be seen again. And so I did a lot of work thinking about kind of memorial and homicide, especially homicide related to African American men, which is obviously a major issue here in Baltimore, and how death is absolute, and in relationship to slavery. This is absolute no return. This is a door of no return in Gorée Island in Senegal. And I found ways to put my work out in public. This is from my MFA show, but because I do want to try to skip ahead in a way. I'm going to show you a video project that was done in 2006, and it's probably the best thing I ever did. So I got to show it to you. It's a collaboration with another artist named Kambuya Olushimi. Oops, wrong screen. Can we dim the lights, Rachel? Is it Rachel? Thank you.
Yeah, Islam National Underground Thunder bounce when I stop the ground. Like a million elephants, a silverback orangutan. You can't stop a train. Who wants some? Don't come unprepared. I'll be there, but when I leave there, better be a household name. Brother man telling us it ain't gon' rain. So now we sitting in a drop top soaking wet. In a silk suit, trying not to sweat. Hit somersaults without the net. But this be the year that we won't forget. 1999.
Yo, man, that was a good night, man. I'm glad I met you, brother. I ain't had fun like this in a long time.
That's what I'm saying, though, right? You had crazy fun tonight, right? Grandma home. Man, listen, this spot here is the John on Tuesday nights. Yo, I seen you in what, 15 years? Yo, when you gonna stop bullshitting in New York, come back home, man. Philly.
Y'all some wild boys. I'm saying though, whenever y'all want to come to New York, we can do this every night. To be honest, it does feel good to be near the family. Y'all feel me? It's cold out here. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Oh! Yo, where you been hiding?
I know that ain't Tyrose. Tyrose would have told me if he was coming out tonight. That ain't the truth.
Ooh, what's up, baby? Nah, I was just kicking it with my boy from back in the day. I ain't seen him in like 200,000 years. I had to call him 6 times, just to get him to leave his grandmama house. Whatever. Here, Teddy.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, y'all know Teddy. Yo, and this is my man, Sunga.
How y'all feeling?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? Yo, it's nice to meet y'all, but I left my coat in the car, so I gotta run. It's so cold out here, I feel like I'm gonna turn into chocolate pudding pop in a minute.
Hey, baby. Yo, I've been feeling this thing like, I've been feeling like you've been kind of unfaithful to me.
You was right, man.
Thank you. Miss Cleo up in this motherfucker. Yo, I'm saying I had a total package over there. Give me the lie.
Yeah, she was fine, but did you see the job?
Yo, hold on.
Yo, is he doing snow angels?
Hey, Sunga. Yo, what are you doing, man? A second ago, you freezing, Mr. Puddin' Pot. Now, you rolling around in the snow. You gonna fuck around and catch pneumonia. We ain't kids no more, man.
Yo, that's a nice chain.
Who the fuck are you?
Wish I had a chain like that.
Hey, man, yo, we ain't even got nothing.
Man, give it up.
Hey, man, who are you, man? We all good people here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, are you really trying to rob us in front of all these people, man? Yo, I can't believe this shit, man.
Shut the fuck up and give up your shit.
We all about love and shit, man.
Man, don't fuck with me. Just
don't move. Yo, give him your keys.
Come on, man, chill. This chain ain't even real, man.
Stay down.
It's shining, man.
Come on, bro. How you gonna do that to him, man? You just got that chain. How you gonna do that?
Man, just give up your fucking chain.
Just fucked up, man. We was having a good ass night.
Oh, let's go. Yo, come on. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, fuck. Berto.
Oh, man, I thought you was watching them. Where the fuck they go? Fuck it, let's get out of here, man. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yo, come on, man. Come on.
Yo, what'd I do with him?
Yo, just leave him. Fuck it, man. Just bang him. Just do it.
And now it's a winter. When winter in America. Yes, and ain't nobody fighting, 'cause nobody knows what to say. Save your soul.
So,
Lord knows from
that
winter
project,
in America.
It's called Winter in America, and it was a collaboration with another artist named Kambuyo Ojimi, and in it we try to use the G.I. Joe action figures that I played with as a kid to tell the last 5 minutes of my cousin's life, as was told to me by the guys he was with that night. And it was really kind of a somewhat cathartic process, but also a very difficult process. And it became a collaboration because first I asked Kambuyo, who I knew from New York, just to come out and kind of help me out with it. And then I realized, after him being there for a week, he's like, we got to get started on this. I was just like, I realized I didn't really want to do it. And in order to do it, I realized I needed to someone else needed to be responsible. So it became a collaboration out of necessity because it was impossible for me to kind of deal with those issues on my own. And so Kambuyo had a little bit of detachment. Ooh, Skype. I didn't even know I had internet. But that issue was really kind of intense, and so I was in a I was in Safeway supermarket, and I saw Roadblock, who was like the second black G.I. Joe, and for me that meant something when I was 7. And he had like a machine gun and a machete and a laser, and on the box it said for children ages 5 and up. And I realized that I could barely even read when I was 5, and that I was given license to kind of create these scenarios based around violence, and thinking about the ways in which, especially boys, are trained to fantasize about violence in the toys that we play with in a society that says it doesn't condone violence. And Kambuyo and I were both trained as photographers in undergrad, and so we decided that to shoot it as a film, which was my first film project, in stop motion animation, and be in this really kind of goofy format, kind of as a disarming way to tell you the story that you've heard a million times before. But a film carries you through a story, and we thought that a series of photographs allows the viewers to kind of bring their own kind of meaning or interpretation to the image. And so we self-published a book of these images that went concurrent with the series of photographs. And as you can imagine, it was a very heavy process, but it was also really interesting because it was us and another friend named Bayate Ross Smith, who I work with a lot, but it was us playing and Bayate and I grew up together, so it was us as men playing as we did when we were boys, but about something that was really serious. But the most significant thing is that in child's play, death is really insignificant, but in reality, Skype. I thought I quit it. You can always pick the toy back up. So that was really this kind of heavy, kind of interesting thing, and it's really like, how do you talk about something that's serious with a degree of humor, which I guess happens when you're talking and Skype goes on. So while I was and concurrently, that was the first show at Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, and I got to put this work up outside the MasterCard piece, and there was big controversy over it, and maybe if there's time at the end I can show you this kind of funny clip about that, but I'm going to skip ahead to the other talk and let's start here, because really with my work, framing is still a major part of my work, and I'm really interested in kind of how images like this and like this kind of come into being, and what their references were in earlier society. And this is like an image of Bert Williams. You guys know who Bert Williams is?